每天练习英语听、说、练，与我们一起提升你的语言技能。完成后，在我们的应用程式里多加练习。免费，连结在下方。开始练习吧。
I set clear goals for myself. I set clear goals for myself.
我为自己设定明确的目标。
I set clear goals for myself. I set clear goals for myself. My goal is to learn a new skill. My goal is to learn a new skill.
我的目标是学会一项新技能。
My goal is to learn a new skill. My goal is to learn a new skill. I want to finish this project by June. I want to finish this project by June.
我想在6月前完成这个专案。
I want to finish this project by June. I want to finish this project by June. I plan my week on Sunday night. I plan my week on Sunday night.
我在周日晚上规划一周行程。
I plan my week on Sunday night. I plan my week on Sunday night. I write my goals in a notebook. I write my goals in a notebook.
我把目标写在笔记本里。
I write my goals in a notebook. I write my goals in a notebook. I keep my goals simple and clear. I keep my goals simple and clear.
我让目标保持简单清楚。
I keep my goals simple and clear. I keep my goals simple and clear. I set a deadline for each goal. I set a deadline for each goal.
我为每个目标设定截止日期。
I set a deadline for each goal. I set a deadline for each goal. I break big goals into small steps. I break big goals into small steps.
我把大型目标拆成小步骤。
I break big goals into small steps. I break big goals into small steps. I take one step every day. I take one step every day.
我每天前进一步。
I take one step every day. I take one step every day. I track my progress in a planner. I track my progress in a planner.
我在手账里追踪进度。
I track my progress in a planner. I track my progress in a planner. I use a checklist to stay on track. I use a checklist to stay on track.
我用核对清单保持进度。
I use a checklist to stay on track. I use a checklist to stay on track. I set reminders on my phone. I set reminders on my phone.
我在手机上设定提醒。
I set reminders on my phone. I set reminders on my phone. I start with the easiest task. I start with the easiest task.
我从最简单的任务开始。
I start with the easiest task. I start with the easiest task. I start with the hardest task. I start with the hardest task.
我从最困难的任务开始。
I start with the hardest task. I start with the hardest task. I make time for my top goal. I make time for my top goal.
我为最重要的目标挪出时间。
I make time for my top goal. I make time for my top goal. I say no to distractions. I say no to distractions.
我对干扰说不。
I say no to distractions. I say no to distractions. I focus on one goal at a time. I focus on one goal at a time.
我一次只专注一个目标。
I focus on one goal at a time. I focus on one goal at a time. I set a short-term goal for this week. I set a short-term goal for this week.
我为本周设定一个短期目标。
I set a short-term goal for this week. I set a short-term goal for this week. I set a long-term goal for this year. I set a long-term goal for this year.
我为今年设定一个长期目标。
I set a long-term goal for this year. I set a long-term goal for this year. I make my goals specific and clear. I make my goals specific and clear.
我让目标具体且清楚。
I make my goals specific and clear. I make my goals specific and clear. I make my goals measurable. I make my goals measurable.
我让目标可衡量。
I make my goals measurable. I make my goals measurable. I make my goals realistic for me. I make my goals realistic for me.
我让目标对我来说切实可行。
I make my goals realistic for me. I make my goals realistic for me. I make my goals time-bound. I make my goals time-bound.
我让目标有明确的实现。
I make my goals time-bound. I make my goals time-bound. I create a plan that I can follow. I create a plan that I can follow.
我制定一个我能确实执行的计划。
I create a plan that I can follow. I create a plan that I can follow. I take action even when I am tired. I take action even when I am tired.
就算疲倦，我也会采取行动。
I take action even when I am tired. I take action even when I am tired. I keep going when it gets hard. I keep going when it gets hard.
变得困难时，我也持续前进。
I keep going when it gets hard. I keep going when it gets hard. I celebrate small wins. I celebrate small wins.
我庆祝小小的胜利。
I celebrate small wins. I celebrate small wins. I reward myself after each step. I reward myself after each step.
每完成一步，我就奖励自己。
I reward myself after each step. I reward myself after each step. I learn from my mistakes. I learn from my mistakes.
我从错误中学习。
I learn from my mistakes. I learn from my mistakes. I adjust my plan when I need to. I adjust my plan when I need to.
需要时我就调整计划。
I adjust my plan when I need to. I adjust my plan when I need to. I review my goals every Friday. I review my goals every Friday.
我每周五检视我的目标。
I review my goals every Friday. I review my goals every Friday. I ask a friend to check on me. I ask a friend to check on me.
我请朋友来督促我。
I ask a friend to check on me. I ask a friend to check on me. I find an accountability partner. I find an accountability partner.
我找到一位责任伙伴。
I find an accountability partner. I find an accountability partner. I talk about my goals with Maria. I talk about my goals with Maria.
我和 Maria 讨论我的目标。
I talk about my goals with Maria. I talk about my goals with Maria. Alex shares his goals with me. Alex shares his goals with me.
Alex 和我分享他的目标。
Alex shares his goals with me. Alex shares his goals with me. Nina writes her goals every morning. Nina writes her goals every morning.
Nina 每天早上写下她的目标。
Nina writes her goals every morning. Nina writes her goals every morning. Omar sets a clear deadline. Omar sets a clear deadline.
Omar 设定明确的截止日期。
Omar sets a clear deadline. Omar sets a clear deadline. Leah plans 3 small steps. Leah plans 3 small steps.
Leah 规划3个小步骤。
Leah plans 3 small steps. Leah plans 3 small steps. Diego tracks his progress daily. Diego tracks his progress daily.
Diego 每天追踪他的进度。
Diego tracks his progress daily. Diego tracks his progress daily. Chen keeps a goal journal. Chen keeps a goal journal.
Chen 持续写目标日志。
Chen keeps a goal journal. Chen keeps a goal journal. Priya makes a vision board. Priya makes a vision board.
Priya 制作愿景板。
Priya makes a vision board. Priya makes a vision board. Zoe sets a budget goal. Zoe sets a budget goal.
Zoe 设定一个预算目标。
Zoe sets a budget goal. Zoe sets a budget goal. Jack wants to read more books. Jack wants to read more books.
Jack 想多读一些书。
Jack wants to read more books. Jack wants to read more books. Lily plans to run 3 times a week. Lily plans to run 3 times a week.
Lily 计划每周跑步3次。
Lily plans to run 3 times a week. Lily plans to run 3 times a week. Noah aims to save $50 each week. Noah aims to save $50 each week.
Noah 目标每周存下$50。
Noah aims to save $50 each week. Noah aims to save $50 each week. Mia wants to learn 20 new words. Mia wants to learn 20 new words.
Mia 想学20个新单字。
Mia wants to learn 20 new words. Mia wants to learn 20 new words. Ava plans to sleep by 10 p.m. Ava plans to sleep by 10 p.m.
Ava 计划在晚上10点前就寝。
Ava plans to sleep by 10 p.m. Ava plans to sleep by 10 p.m. Ethan sets a goal to drink more water. Ethan sets a goal to drink more water.
Ethan 设定多喝水的目标。
Ethan sets a goal to drink more water. Ethan sets a goal to drink more water. Lucas wants to cook at home often. Lucas wants to cook at home often.
Lucas 想常在家下厨。
Lucas wants to cook at home often. Lucas wants to cook at home often. Sophia sets a study schedule. Sophia sets a study schedule.
Sophia 设定读书时程表。
Sophia sets a study schedule. Sophia sets a study schedule. I ask myself why this goal matters. I ask myself why this goal matters.
我问自己为什么这个目标重要。
I ask myself why this goal matters. I ask myself why this goal matters. I choose goals that fit my values. I choose goals that fit my values.
我选择符合我价值观的目标。
I choose goals that fit my values. I choose goals that fit my values. I keep my goals visible at home. I keep my goals visible at home.
我把目标放在家中看得见的地方。
I keep my goals visible at home. I keep my goals visible at home. I put my goals on the fridge. I put my goals on the fridge.
我把目标贴在冰箱上。
I put my goals on the fridge. I put my goals on the fridge. I set one main goal per day. I set one main goal per day.
我每天只设一个主要目标。
I set one main goal per day. I set one main goal per day. I prepare the night before. I prepare the night before.
我在前一晚先做准备。
I prepare the night before. I prepare the night before. I start small to build momentum. I start small to build momentum.
我从小处开始，累积动能。
I start small to build momentum. I start small to build momentum. I make a simple morning routine. I make a simple morning routine.
我安排一个简单的晨间流程。
I make a simple morning routine. I make a simple morning routine. I build one new habit at a time. I build one new habit at a time.
我一次培养一个新习惯。
I build one new habit at a time. I build one new habit at a time. I track my habits with a chart. I track my habits with a chart.
我用表格追踪我的习惯。
I track my habits with a chart. I track my habits with a chart. I use simple words for my goals. I use simple words for my goals.
我用简单的文字撰写目标。
I use simple words for my goals. I use simple words for my goals. I tell myself I can do this. I tell myself I can do this.
我告诉自己我做得到。
I tell myself I can do this. I tell myself I can do this. I say my goal out loud each day. I say my goal out loud each day.
我每天把目标大声说出来。
I say my goal out loud each day. I say my goal out loud each day. I picture my success in my mind. I picture my success in my mind.
我在脑海中描绘成功的画面。
I picture my success in my mind. I picture my success in my mind. I plan for possible problems. I plan for possible problems.
我为可能的问题预先规划。
I plan for possible problems. I plan for possible problems. I have a backup plan. I have a backup plan.
我准备备案。
I have a backup plan. I have a backup plan. I set clear start and end dates. I set clear start and end dates.
我设定明确的开始与结束日期。
I set clear start and end dates. I set clear start and end dates. I check my progress each week. I check my progress each week.
我每周检查我的进度。
I check my progress each week. I check my progress each week. I ask for help when I need it. I ask for help when I need it.
需要时我会寻求帮助。
I ask for help when I need it. I ask for help when I need it. I learn a new method if I get stuck. I learn a new method if I get stuck.
卡住时我就学一个新方法。
I learn a new method if I get stuck. I learn a new method if I get stuck. I keep my tools ready. I keep my tools ready.
我把工具准备好。
I keep my tools ready. I keep my tools ready. I set reminders on my calendar. I set reminders on my calendar.
我在行事历中设提醒。
I set reminders on my calendar. I set reminders on my calendar. I set a timer for 25 minutes. I set a timer for 25 minutes.
我设定25分钟的计时器。
I set a timer for 25 minutes. I set a timer for 25 minutes. I work in short focused blocks. I work in short focused blocks.
我以短而专注的时段工作。
I work in short focused blocks. I work in short focused blocks. I take short breaks to recharge. I take short breaks to recharge.
我以短暂休息来恢复精力。
I take short breaks to recharge. I take short breaks to recharge. I avoid multitasking. I avoid multitasking.
我避免多工。
I avoid multitasking. I avoid multitasking. I put my phone on silent. I put my phone on silent.
我把手机调成静音。
I put my phone on silent. I put my phone on silent. I clear my desk before I start. I clear my desk before I start.
开始前我会清理桌面。
I clear my desk before I start. I clear my desk before I start. I plan my tasks the night before. I plan my tasks the night before.
我在前一晚规划我的任务。
I plan my tasks the night before. I plan my tasks the night before. I set a limit on social media. I set a limit on social media.
我为社群媒体设下使用上限。
I set a limit on social media. I set a limit on social media. I track how I spend my time. I track how I spend my time.
我追踪我如何使用时间。
I track how I spend my time. I track how I spend my time. I remove one bad habit at a time. I remove one bad habit at a time.
我一次改掉一个坏习惯。
I remove one bad habit at a time. I remove one bad habit at a time. I write down 3 wins each day. I write down 3 wins each day.
我写下每天的3个小胜利。
I write down 3 wins each day. I write down 3 wins each day. I thank myself for my effort. I thank myself for my effort.
我感谢自己付出的努力。
I thank myself for my effort. I thank myself for my effort. I focus on progress, not perfection. I focus on progress, not perfection.
我专注于进步，而非完美。
I focus on progress, not perfection. I focus on progress, not perfection. I keep my plan flexible. I keep my plan flexible.
我让我的计划保持弹性。
I keep my plan flexible. I keep my plan flexible. I make changes when life changes. I make changes when life changes.
当生活改变时，我也做出调整。
I make changes when life changes. I make changes when life changes. I keep my goals realistic and kind. I keep my goals realistic and kind.
我让目标务实并善待自己。
I keep my goals realistic and kind. I keep my goals realistic and kind. I ask Sam to be my coach. I ask Sam to be my coach.
我请 Sam 当我的教练。
I ask Sam to be my coach. I ask Sam to be my coach. I join a study group with Emma. I join a study group with Emma.
我和 Emma 一起加入读书小组。
I join a study group with Emma. I join a study group with Emma. I set a clear target for each task. I set a clear target for each task.
我为每个任务设定明确的指标。
I set a clear target for each task. I set a clear target for each task. I define what success looks like. I define what success looks like.
我定义成功的样貌。
I define what success looks like. I define what success looks like. I set a start date for my goal. I set a start date for my goal.
我为我的目标设定开始日期。
I set a start date for my goal. I set a start date for my goal. I plan the first small step. I plan the first small step.
我规划第一个小步骤。
I plan the first small step. I plan the first small step. I schedule my tasks on my calendar. I schedule my tasks on my calendar.
我把任务排进我的行事历。
I schedule my tasks on my calendar. I schedule my tasks on my calendar. I block time for deep work. I block time for deep work.
我为深度工作画出时间区块。
I block time for deep work. I block time for deep work. I choose one key task each day. I choose one key task each day.
我每天挑一个关键任务。
I choose one key task each day. I choose one key task each day.
感谢观看，订阅我们的频道并开启通知，及时获取新视频，持续你的英语学习之旅。